welcome to Cooking with Taz. In this video I'm going to show you guys how to make a simple dessert. It's a bread pudding and it's called Ka Meetha. So it's a very popular dessert or sweet in Hyderabad in India, and it's served mostly for special occasions and for weddings. What I love about this dessert and the recipe is its simplicity. It's made with very simple ingredients that's always found in our pantry and refrigerator. How about the name Ka Meetha? So how did it get its name? In India, bread is called double roti and meetha means sweet. So it's basically sweet bread. For making this dessert, obviously we'll need bread. So I'm going to take white bread. It tastes much better with white bread, but if you prefer, you can use whole wheat bread. What we are going to do is, we are going to first pan fry the bread till it turns crispy and brown in ghee. But the original recipe or the traditional recipe calls for deep frying the bread. So go ahead and deep fry the bread if you prefer. After that, we are going to make a sugar syrup and dip the pan-fried bread in the sugar syrup, and then we'll make a thickened milk and pour the thickened sweetened milk over the bread. So it's very simple to make, but it tastes phenomenal. So let's get into cooking. For making Ka Meetha, so I'm going to take 6 slices of bread and I'm going to halve the bread diagonally. So cut it diagonally, these, so we'll have 12 slices. Next, let's pan fry these bread slices in ghee till they turn brown and crispy. So if you want, you can deep fry it, but I prefer pan frying. So let's go ahead and pan fry. So first let's place a pan over medium heat and let it turn hot, and then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of ghee. Ghee is basically clarified butter, so if you want to add butter, you can add that as well. Okay, so let the ghee melt. Now let's place the bread slices and pan fry them till they turn crispy and brown. Let's pan fry the bread in batches. Just do not overcrowd the bread. The bread will turn brown pretty quickly, so keep an eye on it, and let's flip it over. I have to tell you guys, anything that's cooked in ghee tastes delicious, and now I can smell the nice aroma of ghee is coming out of the bread. Okay, so this is done. So this looks crispy and brown, so let's transfer it to a plate. Here are the pan-fried bread slices that's been pan-fried in ghee. So it's ready. So now let's get into our second step of making the sugar syrup. For making sugar syrup, I've taken 1 cup of water. To this, I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar and let it come to a slight boil. To make the sugar syrup aromatic and flavorful, let's add 2 whole cardamom. So I'm going to slightly crush the cardamom in a mortar and pestle. So slightly crush it and then add it to the sugar and water. So this whole cardamom will give a nice aroma to the syrup. Let's soak 2 pinches of saffron in 1 tablespoon water and let it soak for 5 minutes, and then we are going to add this to the sugar syrup. So the saffron is going to make the sugar syrup even more aromatic, and it will eventually make the Ka Meetha delicious. So here the sugar syrup is coming to a slight boil. So to this I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. So this is to prevent crystallization, so the sugar won't turn into crystals. And also let's add the soaked saffron. So this looks good. It just have to come to a slight boil. So now turn off the heat and keep it aside. The third step is to cook the milk and let it thicken. So I'm going to add half liter or 500 ml of milk to a saucepan. So let it cook over medium heat and let it come to a slight boil, and then we can simmer it. To make the milk a little more creamy and sweet, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of condensed milk. to the milk, I'm going to add a pinch of saffron to make it even more delicious. Okay, so this. Okay, so let's simmer the milk for a few more minutes so that it will reduce to half. While the milk is thickening, let's roast some dry nuts in ghee. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of ghee. And to this, I'm going to add chopped almonds and pecans. You can add any kinds of dry nuts like cashews and pistachios. Also add dried fruits like dates. So roast it for a few minutes till they turn light golden. Okay, so the nuts have started to turn light golden. So this is pretty good. So now turn off the heat and keep aside the nuts. The milk has thickened well, so this is the kind of consistency I'm looking for. This is pretty good. So now let's turn off the heat and let's start assembling the dessert. Use a casserole like this. So first, let's dip the bread slices in sugar syrup. So we are going to dip only for a few seconds. We are not going to soak the bread slices in the sugar syrup. Just dip it once. That's it. And then place it in the casserole. So continue doing this with other bread slices. So top the bread slices with roasted almonds and pecans. So you can use any kind of roasted nuts and even dried fruits like dates. Spread it evenly. On top of this, we are going to pour the sweetened, thickened milk. Okay, let's pour it evenly over the bread slices. Ooh, look at that. Here is the delicious double Ka Meetha, and now you guys know how to make it. After assembling this dessert, you can serve this right away. It will taste good even when it is warm, but I like my double Ka Meetha to be chilled. So I usually chill it for 30 minutes to an hour and it tastes even more delicious. So any leftover, I don't think you will have any leftovers. It can be refrigerated and it can be served the next day. In this dessert, you will get to enjoy the pan-fried bread. So it's pan-fried in ghee, so you will be able to enjoy the aroma and the taste of ghee. And then the bread is dipped in sugar syrup, so there is an added sweetness to it, and poured with sweetened and thickened milk, which makes it so rich and creamy and super delicious. So do give it a try and let me know your feedback. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. I'll be back with more videos. Until then, happy cooking and bye.